Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new card review. We have more cards from Festival Legends, so much so that this really excited cat, she doesn't look grumpy at all, is here to celebrate. I'm gonna let her go. She's already like, get me out of here. We have more cards to go over, including one that I think might lead to a wild nerf and, well, just shenanigans, absolute shenanigans. If you guys want to win some of these cards and say shenanigans, I don't know. I'm giving away 3 mega bundles, 2 regular pre-orders out of my pocket. All you have to do is like and comment in the video in the description below. Be subscribed to the channel. We're already 200 subs past the next 1,000 threshold. You guys are insane. Every 1,000 subs, I'm adding another mega bundle. So keep hitting that sub button. Make me go broke. There is no limit. So let's go over the cards. Again, we'll have another card review in a couple of hours. They're releasing some at 11 a.m. my time and then noon, but there's a bunch to go over. And let's start with the one that I think could lead to a wild nerf. I really do. Instrument Tech. They revealed this one like yesterday afternoon. It is a 2-mana 1/2 neutral. So like, what's the big deal? Battlecry, draw a weapon. This is a first ever neutral card that can tutor out another card, and it's only 2 mana. Like, it's dirt cheap. You don't get premium stats. You don't get a 2/2 like Cage Match Custodian for Shaman, but yeah, you could play this, let's say, in Druid and draw a Twig, which is already a pretty problematic card in Wild. You can get it might even bring back Q Block in Wild with Skull the Minari, right? That's one of the downsides of Skull, besides you're playing, you know, a 5-mana do nothing in today's Hearthstone, but you can reliably draw it. Standard implications, I think with Rogue, with the whole new weapon where, you know, they want to play combo cards and then they refresh their mana, it feels like it's going to be another combo deck of some sort. They can reliably draw that with Instrument Tech. So their standard Wild implications, just drawing a weapon for 2 mana guaranteed, is pretty good. Even with like, I guess Warrior, they already do have Weapons Expert. Maybe that's straight up better, but a way to curve into Imbued Axe, possibly. Curve into War Axe if it's still 3 mana and in the core set. Really solid card. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 in Standard, but a 4 out of 5 in Wild, where legendary weapons exist, Twig exists, and it's rather terrifying for us Wild players, because yeah, Twig into Sphere Sapience, already nuts. And yeah, Battlecry, you draw a Twig or a Sphere, you have one of them already, you got that guaranteed. That makes that so much better when it's already like, the one thing that kind of keeps, I can't even say keeps it balanced, is that you don't draw it reliably. This card makes it a heck of a lot more likely. So yeah, really scary card in Wild, and just good card all around. And then we have a bunch of other neutral cards, including, we have the Return of Leeroy. We'll talk about that in a second. We have the Air Guitarist, a 1-mana 1/1. Battlecry, give your weapon +1 durability. Giving +1 durability, it's not amazing. It's okay. Like, this is just kind of whatever. I just can't imagine this is worth a card slot, just getting an extra durability on a weapon. I'd be very surprised. You don't get an attack. You only get a 1/1/2. Like, they didn't give this 2/1 in stats or a 1/2. It's crazy to me. Pretty weird for, but you know what? Rogue can play Shadow Step and give their dagger and stuff a lot of durability, or give their combo card that they want to break durability, right? I'm gonna give this a 1 star in Standard and Wild. I just don't see why you would want to go out of your way to play a 1-mana 1/1 that's gonna give your weapon +1 durability. Even in Arena, like, I guess it's good in Arena with like, yeah, like True Silver or something, but still, I don't think it's a very good card. We have the Audio Medic, a 2-mana 2/3 rush. Like, do they not care about River Croc's feelings? They keep power creeping him. I guess it's not a beast, but then this would die to habit, which would make it even worse. And it has Finale, even more upside. Gain lifesteal. So you leave your last 2 mana, you play this, you get a 2/3 lifesteal. Good Arena card. Not going to see ladder play. I would be absolutely shocked, unless there's like a card that says you've played 6 Finale cards this game, you win the game, because it's like the ultimate finale, right? I don't know, but it'd have to be some kind of support card like that for this to be nothing more than a 1-star card in Standard Wild. That's right, I'm being a little bit more harsh with my ones this review season, because honestly, if it's not going to be put into a ladder deck, why give it anything higher than a 1, right? Like, you're gonna play it in arena, and that's probably it. I just don't see this card really popping off. We have the Cowbell Soloist, a 3-mana 4/2 minion, so another one of these soloist minions. So has a battle cry. If you control no other minions, deal 2 damage. That can go anywhere, to your face, your opponent's face, to their minions, to your minions. I think I covered it. Like, that's probably the only things. Like, what else could it hit? But yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but not great. It's gonna die to like everything. So the body itself is pretty irrelevant, and you're getting an SI7 agent with a really steep requirement. It just seems terrible. This just seems, even in arena, this seems rough. I guess, you know, you're behind on turns 1 and 2 and you play this, but even in arena, everything's got 3 health by turn 2. Like, SI7 agent's not what it used to be there either. I'm giving it a 1 in standard and wild. I don't see you ever playing this card. Like, this seems legitimately terrible, pack filler, just bad. I think it's a bad card. The cover artist, not a bad card in my opinion. 4-mana 3/3, Battle Cry, transform into a 3/3 copy of a minion. So this is like Prince Taladrim for 1 more mana, right? Prince Taladrim was a 3-mana 3/3 legendary minion that if you ran no other 3-cost cards in your deck, or had no other 3-cost cards in your deck, would summon into a 3/3 copy of a minion. So 1 more mana, no real requirement though, right? It's like Faceless Manipulator for 1 less mana, but you don't copy the stats, which can be a downside, upside, depending on how the minion is, of course. But copy effects typically have seen a little bit of play here and there. This is relatively, like, if Faceless, I imagine the Faceless Manipulator is probably leaving the core set. I don't know. Regardless, I don't see big implications for the card, but I don't see it as being terrible. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 in standard and wild, just because I don't know what you're really copying. Even like Malagos in wild, right? +5 spell damage. Like, you're probably just running Faceless or Floop or something, right? Like, you're doing something else anyways. But the fact that it is a cheap copy of a legendary card, you know, 1 more mana, it could pop up maybe, but I just don't see it in the current game. So again, I'm going to give it a 2, but definitely could be a potentially strong card down the road. And here we go. The return of Leeroy Jenkins. 6 mana, 5/5 undead, unpopular has-been. She's looking down. He's looking down. I don't know. Death Rattle. Summon a random 5-cost minion from the past. Leeroy is a 5-cost minion. You can get Leeroy, Sludge Belcher, Skelemancer. I can't remember what it is, a 5-mana 2/2 that if it dies on your opponent's turn gives an 8/8. Think of all the 5-drops you want. There's that Blood Herald, I think, is a 1/1 you can get. You can get the 2/2 that has a Death Rattle, deal 5 to yourself. The range is really wide. I don't think in today's game this card is a reliable playable card, but you just know someone out there is going to play like some crazy Death Rattle deck and somehow spawn a full board of all Leeroys. They're going to get their chicken. It's going to be an incredible, okay, we know that person's Mark. Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. It's going to be Mark. But regardless, probably not a playable card. If it was Battle Cry, I mean, that'd be broken probably. It'd be similar like Faceless Summoner for Mage, which was like a 6-mana 5/5 would summon a 3-cost, just period. It's just way too slow for today's game, but it is pretty cool that Leeroy will be back in standard in some form, right? So I will give it a 2. It could see play in some way, but I don't think it's going to be fringe as F. And in Wild, I guess it's, you know, it can still summon wild minions in wild. It counts, but you're not going to play it, even though you have like Play Dead and Carnivorous Cube and all sorts of shenanigans. We'll give it a 2 there. I don't think it's completely unplayable, but the flavor is pretty sweet. And I think that's all the cards for now. So we'll have another card review in like 2 hours. Stay tuned for that. Into the giveaway if you haven't already. And yeah, hopefully some of those cards are a bit better, because most of these outside of the weapon draw, pretty much dud so far. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.